Hello my dear students, welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss about the chapter which is surface area and volumes. It is one of the very important chapter of geometry. In my earlier few classes or videos, I have discussed about the two-dimensional geometrical measurements and the interrelation between them. Today this chapter focuses on the three-dimensional things. Three-dimensional, that means object which has three dimensions like length, breadth and width. So if you look at the character of cuboid, you will see that whenever two or more cubes arranged in a horizontally or in a vertically, here it is shown as a horizontal arrangement of three different cubes, we will get a three-dimensional structure which is known as cuboid. So what is the difference between cube and cuboid? In my previous class, you already have aware about the arrangement of square, which is a two-dimensional thing, and all you know that square has length and breadth, they are equal, right? Now if we arrange a square in three-dimensional pattern, we will get 6 faces. What are the 6 faces? Top, bottom, right hand side, left hand side, front and back. Now I am giving you a very easy example which I usually give to my students. Suppose you are facing to visualize this cuboid, cube, that means these three-dimensional features. So just imagine the room where you just now are sitting or from where you are watching this video. In that room, suppose your feet touches the floor, which is the bottom of a square object or a cube object. The ceiling of the room is the top surface. Your right hand side wall, your left hand side wall are another two surfaces or faces. Your front side wall and your back side wall are another two surfaces. That means if you look very closely, this cube or your room has 6 faces: top, bottom, right side, left hand side, front side and back side. Similarly, whenever two or more such cubes are arranged in such a manner that edges are matched, in that case we will get a shape which is known as cuboid. And what is the difference between cube and cuboid? In cube, length, breadth and height all are same because they are made up of one single square or different square, 6 squares. But in cuboid, as different cubes are arranged in a linear pattern, you will see that breadth will change, whereas length will change, whereas breadth and height will remain same, right? So what would be the formula of surface area of cuboid? It will be 2lb plus bh plus lh square unit. Why 2? Because every time you are suppose lb, that means length and breadth. That means if you find out the area of the floor and the roof, what dimensions you will take under consideration? The length and breadth of that floor and roof. So as it is 2 phases, that's why it is 2lb. Again, if you watch in the right hand side and left hand side wall, you will consider there are 2 dimensions. What are 2 dimensions? One is height, another is breadth. So here also 2bh and L and H will, if you look at your front wall and back side wall, you will check that length and height is considered while arranging them while determining the area of that particular. So in total the surface area of a cuboid is 2lb plus bh plus lh square unit. Now lateral surface. That means roof and floor is not considered in a cube or in a cuboid. Floor and roof is not considered, only the surrounding faces. So obviously this B and H, L and B will not be considered. So in that case what will happen? 2 into L plus B into H square unit. Okay. And volume, that means length into breadth into height cube unit. Okay. Now another very important formula, that is the surface area volume of cube. As just a few minutes before I told that square is a two-dimensional representation, and whereas cube is a three-dimensional representation of a square. Okay, so 6 faces are there, and as 6 faces are there, 6 square will be there in a cube, right? So surface area of a cube will be 6a square. That means only a square will determine the area of a square. As there are 6 faces in a cube, so surface area will be 6 into a square unit. Lateral surface area, obviously as I told you, top and bottom surface area is not there, only the surrounding areas. That's why 4 surface area, so 4a square unit. And volume, as in case of square, length, breadth and height all are equal, so obviously it will be a into a into a, that will be a cube. Okay, and length of the diagonal, right? So length of the diagonal will be root over 3a square unit, that is root 3a unit. From where it comes? Suppose it is a square unit and you are drawing a diagonal. Now it will be a right angle triangle. If you use the formula of Pythagoras, we will get the length of the hypotenuse, that will be root over 3a unit, right? Now surface area volume of a cylinder. Okay, so this type of question comes that you have to color a drum, or you have to find out the amount of water, amount of oil or amount of any liquid present in a drum. You have to find out the volume of water or material that is present, the surface area. You have to color the drum. Now how will you solve it unless you don't know about the formulas of these chapters? So that's why this today's video is only concentrated on the formulas, because from the next video onwards I will discuss about some numericals, important numericals of this particular chapter, and to solve them we have to memorize and get a clear idea about the formula, how these formulas has been originated, because many of times you have to add on or subtract or delete some of the parts from the formula, or you have to exactly use that formula. You have to understand the language. That's why you have to get a clear idea about the three-dimensional areas or volumes, about these different kind of formats, right? So now it is about the cylinder. All you know that if you fold a rectangle and close the up and lower part with a circular face, you will get a cylinder. Look like this. It is a rectangular unit. Upper side and lower side two circle is there. Now if you fold them, you can do it in your any unused or earlier used paper also. You just fold them and you will get the idea of a cylinder, right? So this upper side and lower side indicate two circle. You know the diameter, and from where you will understand the radius, and it will be the height, right? Now what would be the perimeter of this cross section? That will be 2 pi r, because it is nothing but a circular thing, and you know that circular material has a perimeter of 2 pi r and the area is pi r square. So same thing will happen here, only you have to consider the height. in case of cylinder, right? So curved surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi r h, and total surface area, that means obviously two rounded surface, top and bottom, will be present there. So obviously one for each will be pi r square, as two of them is present, so 2 pi r square. So here also total surface area I have written that 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r square, and if I take common from them I will get 2 pi r within bracket h plus r, right? Now come to the very important thing, when the cylinder is hollow. Okay, for that reason I have to make you more understand, I have made it in a two color, the inner circular cylinder and the outer, as because it is hollow, right? So obviously top and bottom will be look like this, disc like, where it is a there is a hollow within it and two rims are there. The inner rim demarcates the smaller radius and this black color demarcates the larger or outer radius of the cylinder. Okay, and it is the side face of the cylinder, h represent the height. So if you take small r as a radius of smaller circular cylinder, and capital R as a radius of the outer larger cylinder radius, and diameter as small d and capital D. Small d for the smaller diameter of radius, and capital D is the bigger radius of a cylinder. So obviously the thickness of the cylinder will be capital R minus small r. Okay, and the area of the cross section. Now what is the area of the cross section? If you cut the whole thing into different slices, what will happen? You will get different discs, each of them are of circular with a hollow inside, and obviously there will be bigger circle and smaller circle, whose all those two circles have common center. So obviously the area will be pi capital R square and pi small r square. If you subtract them, you will get this type of thing, which will be the area of the cross section of this hollow cylinder. So the formula is pi within bracket capital R square minus small r square. Now external curved surface area. Obviously as from the just earlier I discussed about the thing that whenever you just fold a rectangular paper, you will get a cylinder. So obviously the outer surface will nothing but, it is the perimeter of a circle. When you fold it, it will take the format of a circle. So as we all know that perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r, and as height is considered in case of cylinder, so obviously the perimeter of the curved surface area will be 2 pi r h, and for the inner circle, inner smaller circle, inner smaller cylinder, it will be the same, but capital R will be changed. Here the small radius we will consider, so it will be 2 pi small r h. Now total surface area, obviously the curved surface area and also the top and bottom side area. So top and bottom side will be 2 pi r square minus 2 pi small r square, and it will be 2 pi capital R h plus 2 pi small r h. So while taking common, we will get such type of things, 2 pi h within bracket capital R plus small r plus 2 pi r square capital R square minus small r square. This we have taken because also whenever we are considering the total surface area, we will take the consideration of this top and bottom side of the circle, right? So now next is the volume of the material. That means in many of the question it comes how much tin or how much metal we have to use to make such kind of a cylinder. In that case we have to find out the volume of the material, right? So it will be pi r square h minus small pi small r square h it will be pi h capital R square minus small r square. Right? I hope all you have understood the formulas, and I wish that you will watch it repeatedly and will memorize the formula, and not only memorize, you understand the way which I have taught you. By that you will repeatedly write down in your copy so that you can memorize the formulas. In my next videos we will discuss about some important and interesting numericals using this kind of formulas, which is very much important for CBSE, ICSE, WB board, anywhere. Okay, so if you like this video, you just tick the like button, you share and subscribe with your friends to give me much energy to do such kind of videos, and we will meet again. Till then, goodbye, have a nice day.